Hello, this is Crypto Neptune, and in this video, we're going to do a check-in on PulseChain as well as other projects within the PulseChain blockchain. So we'll do that. We will look at different scenarios of how much PulseChain that you would need, kind of going into the bull run. Again, nothing is financial advice. It's just really just kind of spitballing numbers and looking at a calculator that I stumbled across, which was kind of neat. And thank you to those who continue to support the channel. It definitely means a lot. So with PulseChain, we are sitting at 301365. We're down 5.00% over the last 24 hours. And as customary, I kind of, did the totals 500 or greater. And as you can see, some nice healthy buy and sell volume coming in. Somebody bought $4,000 worth of PLS, and people are taking profits. Somebody bought $8,849 worth of WPLS. So that's 64 million PLS. Another $12,000. So that's 88 million plus PLS. So, this pretty much for me is enough to know that people feel strongly about PulseChain. It's just and having more and more people come over. Like these are some big numbers here. Just 37 minutes ago, somebody bought 32K, so 235 million PLS. Somebody bought another 50 grand, so that's 371 million. Now, could they be swing trading some of this PulseChain? Who knows? But for me to see these type of buy and sell numbers come in gives me like a lot of confidence. And the buy volume is 2.9 million versus sell volume 3.3 million. So that's nothing to sneeze at. This is kind of a ballpark figure market cap. I believe it's higher than that if you go over to post coin list. It's a lot higher number than that. But what we're going to do is look at this calculator right here that I stumbled across, which is pretty dope. And it, kind of calculates your potential profits according to like how much that you have. So let's say you have, let me see if I did that right. Is that 10 million? Yeah, so that's 10 million pulse. And let's say you wanted to get 100K out of this investment. You would need the price to go to 1 cent. So from the current price to here, you would need to have it go to 1 cent. So you can do this with any different project within PulseChain. Just come here, put the price, whatever amount of coins you have, and kind of go at it. But that would be a 73x, which would be pretty dope. So, and the story goes, the more you have, the better your chances kind of get. So here's an example of somebody having roughly 20 million. So somebody having 20 million in PulseChain, and they want to get 100K, right? So here, this would be the price. So almost half a cent. So 0.005. So that would be a 33.6x. So as you notice, the more coins you have, the price kind of comes down a little bit. So definitely more achievable. So, you can come here and play with the numbers. So let's say, you up this to like a million. Then that's what things would get interesting. So let's say you just wanted $1 million out of this for profit. Again, not financial advice. These are just spitballing with a calculator. I'm just inputting it. And so with 20 million, you would need a post chain price of 5 cents. So, you know, that that's a nice number to have. And I know like a lot of people actually, as you noticed, like just on some of the buys and sells there, they have way, way more than that. So like a lot of people honestly are sitting pretty. So let's get rid of one of those again. Let's just up this number to, we'll do 50 million. So if he had 50 million, did I do that right? Yep, 50 million at the current price, and you wanted to get 100K, you would be sitting at 0.002 for a price, which is, not too far off. That would be a 14.7x. Now, obviously, this is a significant investment at the same time, right? As far as like, how much that would be. So that would be kind of a significant investment. But, some of the lower numbers, it just depends on your risk tolerance and your budget. Some of the lower budget, total number of coins may be more achievable. And some people are in a better position and they're going to be looking pretty. Because I know a lot of people that have some big bags of PulseChain, so they should be fine. But, come here, kind of play around with this calculator and have some fun with it. And moving on, Greenland. This was a project that I was in. I kind of talked about it on my last PulseChain video. I am now out of Greenland. I pretty much took profits on it and just treated it as a swing trade, just kind of based on the data that I was seeing. So I ended up just swing trading it and selling it for profit and moving on. Same thing with TeddyBull. This one here was kind of one that kind of popped up on the scene. I had it for a little bit and just kind of noticed the continued sell pressure on it. So I just sold off and, swing traded it. Now, could I potentially get back into this? Who knows? It just kind of depends on how things are going within the community. Same thing with Greenland. It just depends on like how things are going with the community. This one is intriguing to me because it has a small supply of 62,000, and that's it. So this one is a lot more intriguing because it has that potential to pump more. This one is pretty cool because it has the NFT tied with the actual crypto. When you buy it, you get it all together at once. So it's intriguing. But, both of these projects have potential to grow in the future. But for now, I am out of these positions and I just swing traded them. And moving on, let's see. Let's look here. Teddy Bear, will do that in a separate video because I've been getting like a lot of engagement on that. So we'll do Teddy Bear in a separate video. Incentive token. Looking at incentive, it's sitting at $3. I'm still in incentive token. The supply of incentive token, last time I checked, was like right around 23 million. So this was another one that has room to run. It's a $73.9 million market cap. And it's down 8.73% over the last 24 hours. Nice, healthy buy and sell volume. It is one of those top 4 coins of Richard. You got the Hex, PulseChain, Pulsex, and incentive token. An incentive token, you can acquire that by just simply providing liquidity to Pulsex, or you can now buy it off the Pulsex Dex. But I have some incentive, and I'm just going to hold on to it and add more to this position. I like incentive. So with incentive, let's see if we see any nice, real quick. Yeah, there's some nice buys coming in. People buying over 1,000 worth of ink. So some nice numbers here, as you can see. Somebody sold $6,512.34 worth of ink. So they sold off on it. But this one, the all-time high was $80. And this one, I wouldn't be surprised if it went back up to that range. So pretty much better to stack some now than kind of waiting for the bull run. But incentive token, it's, if anything, is just one of the narratives of Richard Hart. and being one of those top coins. Let's see if we can find DAI. Yeah, so this is PDAI. PDAI is sitting at a $49.1 million market cap, so it's looking pretty good. Last time I checked, it has over 300K holders, down 2.25% over the last 24 hours. And the narrative with this one is pretty simple: to get pegged to a dollar. To have that many people holding it is pretty bullish. So let's scroll down real quick. It just kind of gives a brief explanation of what's going on, and there's the kind of the contract address. Is it? So it just says it's decentralized. Kind of tells you how to buy it. Let's see. Research. Yeah, so 310K plus holders. So that's a big number. So a lot of people are in PDI, but they're not, in the Telegram or attached to the Twitter. But that says a lot, that a lot of people believe in this narrative, and that's a lot of holders of PDI. And real quick, moving on to Atropa. Atropa pretty much is tied and back to like a lot of these projects. So if Atropa goes up, it's going to pull everything with it. It's sitting at 1 cent, and I've seen it as high as over 2.5 cents, sitting at a $21.2 million market cap. So this is another one that I would not be shocked if it kind of ran up during the bull run. So definitely wouldn't be shocked with this one. And 71K buy versus sales. Let's do Pulsex. I was on Twitter or X, and there seemed like there was some bearish sentiment from a few folks with regards to what's going on with Pulsex, but this one has that built-in buy and burn. You have to remember that it has that buy and burn, so that supply is going to be dwindling as people use the Pulsex DEX more and more on a daily basis. So you have to factor that in. 1.7 million in buys versus 1.6 million in sales, and a $7.21 billion market cap is what we are seeing. And let's look at here real quick. Yeah, I mean, again, some strong buys. Somebody bought $2,242 worth of Pulse X, and that's 44 million. Somebody bought 500. Somebody sold 500 worth there. Somebody bought 11 million Pulse X here. Somebody put 14K into Pulsex, so that's 283 million Pulsex. So they are buying essentially at these rock bottom prices. The current price is 405069. So they're going with, hey, I'm going to buy at the bottom and see what happens. Somebody dropped 45K into Pulsex, and that's 905 million Pulsex. What's kind of happening there? So again, feel free to, like I did before, come over to this calculator here. Come over to this calculator and calculate some of these prices. Throw some moon math in there. Or here, let's see. Let's do one for Pulsex. Let's drop this down to 10 million at the current price. That's 4572. So you would be looking at, so if you had 10 million Pulsex and you wanted to get 100K in profit, you would need it to get to 1 cent, and that's a 175x. Let's move that up. So let's say you want $1 million, then you would need it to get to 10 cents. And some people have some moon math predictions for Pulsex, and we already know the narrative of what happened with Hex with within the Richard Hart ecosystem. But come over here to Goalpost, and within here there's the moon calculator right here, and you can find it there. And then the last one, let's see, let's take a quick look at Hex. Hex here is sitting at 1 cent. It's sitting at a $9.59 billion market cap. I think it got to like 50 cents last bull run. Could it get to $1? I think so, because of the Richard Hart narrative of he has those sacrifice assets in which he could use that to kind of pump back into the ecosystem, which I would not be shocked. But I feel good about Hex just because of this kind of being like the foundation. Well, P Hex and Hex, kind of being like the foundation of what Richard Hart has tried to achieve and kind of expanding out into PLS, Pulsex, and incentive token. But and as you can see, the buy and the sell volume 673K versus 630K here. And then lastly, yeah, same thing. People are coming in and buying what they believe in. Somebody sold and took profits. Somebody bought 15K worth of Hex. People are paying attention. That's pretty much the message that I'm trying to achieve. So I hope this video provided you some value, as you can. PulseChain has a lot of narratives going into the next bull run, and you can come over here and kind of position yourself. Kind of put a couple of numbers in your head of how much you want to achieve, and kind of come over here and calculate your profits with regards to different post chain projects. But this is a pretty neat tool, and I hope that'll be of some benefit to you. Okay, guys, thanks for listening, and thanks for stopping by.